Good day, good day, good day. How are you? Welcome to the village. I am Dee Love. Please drop down there and hit like, subscribe, and share. Okay, I care. Thank you. Today we are here to talk about Tamar Braxton, Get Your Life, Season 1, Episode 2. Before we start this episode review, I would like to send prayers out to the Braxton family, especially Tracy, and specifically Michael, for the loss of his daughter. That has got to be very, very difficult. I was thinking about him last night because he came up in the episode. The daughter came up, and it is heartbreaking. Also, special prayers to Tamar too, because watching this is so difficult because we know what happens. We know how this shit ends up. And hindsight is 2020, so I'm sure she is having a hard time. I'm positive. So prayers to Tamar, Michael, Tracy, and the entire family. All right. So the episode starts off, of course. The show is all about David. It really should be called David Adefisi's Get His Life because everything is centered around him. It was interesting in the beginning to see Mona and Goldie trying to... I'm just going to jump all over because it was just so much. So Mona Scott came to the house because Tamar had shut down production. You know, she lost her voice. She had a doctor's note and she had her lawyer call the crew to tell them to leave. And, you know, I don't know if that was rude or not, but I'm just like, if you have a personal relationship with them, you couldn't tell them that. But okay. Anyway, so in the beginning of the episode, Mona is nicely trying to tell Tamar, every time you're crying, every time you're upset, it's about David. It's never about you. We're here to work on you. But yet he seems to be sucking all the life out of you. So he accused the lady Goldie of being a witch. Now, what happened was his family was coming into town, and I guess he told the family about Goldie, the dream interpreter lady. And actually, I have a different feeling about her this week. Her position on the show was very important because what I noticed, the reason why David couldn't stand her is because she's the truth. She knew that he was trash. And my question to Goldie is, did she pick up the bad vibe from him immediately and just didn't say anything because she didn't want Tamar to, shut her down? Because again, like I said, Mona and Goldie were basically telling her in the beginning, listen, you're making everything about him. This has nothing to do with him. We're here to help you. So David made a statement in the beginning. He said, Tamar is so open and trusting, and she lets anybody in. It was crazy because you're like, damn, those words have never, no truer words have ever been spoken, but apply them to yourself because he was a straight up snake. Okay. So Tamar, I forget who she was talking to. She said, David is not just a Christian. He's a hardcore Christian. The fuck? What is a hardcore Christian? Those are the ones y'all need to look out for. People, the devils hide in the church. You know what I'm saying? He's a devil. He broke that lady Goldie down. She was crying. She had to put on one of Tamar's sweater because she had on like this brim hat. She had on all black and they didn't want David to feel like she looked like a witch. It's always about David, okay? So, and then, David's family is like, this lady's a witch, is voodoo and all of this other stuff. But I'm thinking they just didn't want their own fuckery blocked too. Because what's it to you? This lady's not here for me. This lady is here for her. That has nothing to do with me, okay? So, let's see. All right, she lost her voice. She kicked the crew out. Okay, so David's dog is shitting all over Tamar's house. I thought this was disrespectful. So she calls him, right? He doesn't apologize. He explains to her how the dog doesn't shit in his house. What she needs to do is take him out twice a day and da-da-da and blah, blah, blah. Really, motherfucker? Right. David wants Tamar to fail. I got that through the whole episode. He's very selfish. It may not be on purpose. It may just be who he is. But, he is a snake. I was getting snake from him the whole time. However, when he met with Tracy's husband, Kevin, they met up in the beginning and they had lunch. I liked him in that moment. Like he seemed all right when he was with Kevin. I would like to mention this about Kevin and Tracy as well. They dog Kevin and Tracy's relationship. You know, Tracy's broken as well. Tracy needs her own show. We'd like to know what's going on with Tracy as well. We love Tracy. Don't get it twisted. But she doesn't feel supported by them. She doesn't feel like they've been there for her. They've never respected her marriage. However, that's the final marriage standing. Kevin and Tracy are the only two that's still together with their husband. Tracy's the only one with her husband. Right. It's always the one you dog and talk shit about. Be careful who you praise and worship. The only one still with her man is Tracy, 20-something years later. So Tracy's issue, because David was like, what's the deal with Tracy? Like, why does she feel the way she feels? And he was telling her that when the contract went down, they wanted her to choose the baby or the record deal. And there shouldn't have had to been a choice, which is true. So they went on and traveled without her. Yeah, I'm sure they're sorry about that because that was the wrong move. But did y'all notice when David called Tamar, well, when she called him about the dog or some shit, his contact name is Jesus Can Work It Out? Really? Jesus Can Work It Out is his contact name? Girl, if that, Jesus couldn't work that out. See, if you got to use, if that's how you feel about somebody, let it go. We put too much effort and too much pressure. I mean, it shouldn't be that difficult to be in a relationship. I honestly, I'm sorry. In my opinion, in the first 18 months, 2 years, if I have to give and work and it's difficult and strenuous, it's messing with my mental, my emotions, I'm sad all the time. That's not the relationship for you. It's not a good relationship. It's not healthy. I'm sorry. When things are meant to be, it doesn't take that much. It just really doesn't. Okay. So, I find it interesting also, too, how Tamar never wants David to feel disrespected. Never. It's always about his feelings. She's always catering to him like she's the man, like this is her relationship. And I think his mother did that to him, too. She might be like a mother figure to him in a sense, Yes. Okay. So this was the other thing. So David was saying how he doesn't want his family on there because he don't want to embarrass his family. I feel like he thinks Tamar and them are beneath him. I'm just saying the little comments that he makes are just what? Yeah. I don't want to embarrass my family. I don't want my family to look bad. All of this crazy stuff. But you're basically saying, we're too good for this. We're better than your family. We would have never went on TV and done this. Like, shut the fuck up, David. You're on TV right now looking like a whole fool. And that's probably why you did not want certain things to air. But everything is about him. Everything, the whole focus, everything is about him. So I would love to know how Tamar honestly feels about watching this watching it back. You know what I'm saying? Because this is hard to watch. I mean, and you all know last week, he came out with his new girlfriend, posted her on the internet. After the show last week aired where Tamar had the dream that he was cheating on her. And remember, I told y'all, I go to Google. You dreamt your man was cheating on you, and that's exactly what he was doing. You ain't need Goalie to interpret that for you. It is what it is. In your heart. And it's just hard. It's sad. I'm sad for her. I really am. I'm sorry. So she's upset that her mom went to TMZ without talking to her first. But see, the thing I feel about Tamar is that Tamar does not accept accountability for anything she does. Like, you do and say shit and you don't understand why people would be mad with you. Why, your mama may have been trying to call you and you didn't answer and she just went to TMZ. Fuck it. They saw her. She asked a question. I told it. Whatever. I'm over you, it, and everything else. People get sick of you. And you said that they were angry with you since episode 2 and you didn't know. How did you not know and everybody else know? We was angry with your ass too, Tamar. Your behavior is atrocious. You need to apologize, honey. I'm sorry. You need to acknowledge the pain that you have caused to others and you need to apologize. Real shit. It's not all about you. You play the victim role very well. Granted, people have co-signed you and, enabled you to be the victim your whole life. But sweetheart, you are no victim here. You've done and said a lot of nasty shit to your sisters and you need to own that. And that came up too because she did a show and none of them came. But you know what I'm saying? Like, y'all got beef. Everybody got their own lives or whatever. And we not really on good terms. But here's the thing that I gathered. This is the unspoken right here. They're not fucking with David. Okay. Because she goes, I invited them to my house for Thanksgiving and David's party and Thanksgiving, and none of them want to come. It's not that they don't want to come see you. They're not fucking with him. They could see what you couldn't see. Everybody else could see what you couldn't see. You were blinded by we don't know what. But yeah, so that was the issue there. And they're not fucking with him. Nobody want to break bread with people they don't like. We can't stand him. We see what he's doing. Now, keep in mind, we're seeing a smidgen. All right. What we've seen in the last 2 weeks, we've been like, this motherfucker. So they've been together 18 months and her family knows what time it is. So imagine what's really going on and what's really good. Hell no, they ain't coming to see him on Thanksgiving. We don't want to eat with him and his family, and he's better than us. Because if I'm picking up that he felt that he's better than her and her family, why wouldn't they? Because I'm like, what are you talking about? Oh, my family would never. Oh, we would never. Oh, the network made them look bad. You know, just negative all the time. And like I said, people, when she said he's a super Christian, like he's a, action speaks louder than words. I don't care how many Bible verses you quote me. Your action speaks louder than your words. You have to really, really pay attention to what people are doing and stop listening to what they're saying. Like I said, I'm not a person who, well, y'all don't know this is a new audience. I'm not a person who says I love you 100 times. I don't do that. And it has caused problems sometimes. But the reality is I show you. People who tell you they love you 25 times a day are on some bullshit. Take a second, pause, think about what I'm saying to you. Think about the people in your life who told you consistently, I love you, I love you, I love you, I love you. Aside from your mama and daddy and them. Spouses and people like that. It's because they blowing smoke up your ass. That's why. Right. They're trying to distract you. I love you, I love you, I love you, I love you. Look how because they showed a clip last week when he was mad that Vincent came to the house, right? This is a woman you love, right? But you sneak out and leave without telling her. You're not even man enough to say, hey, I'm out. I don't appreciate that bullshit that just happened. You just leave. You know she's emotional. You know she's fragile. You know she's going through some things. You know she's an entertainer. You know she's trying to make more music and do shit and pull her life together. But you're a distraction. You're only worried about yourself. You're the devil. You're evil. That's why you didn't like Goldie. And we don't like you. That mother. Right. Yep. So there was I don't know who said this. You can't heal anyone unless you've healed yourself. And that is a true statement. Okay. Focus on you, love on yourself. But again, I would like to give special prayers out to all of the Braxtons. They are definitely going through some shit. Obviously, all families do. It is what it is. But Tamar, girl, I know this is hard to watch because it's hard to watch for me. Bad breakups are horrible anyway, but we don't live them out publicly. But like I said, to look back over this, to know what he's done in the last month, and to see what he was doing during the taping and filming, like I said, I can only imagine what we didn't see, because he is a uppity bitch. He's a bougie bitch. Okay. I'll get with y'all later. We're going to talk about them bougie bitches over at the Bridezilla review. I'm going to do that next. I think I got a few minutes before work. All right. So, yes, I will see you all later. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and share. Drop down there and say something. Ask a question. I don't know. I don't care. Okay. If you have a show you want me to review, write it down there. I'll check it out. All right. I'll get with y'all later. Have a great day. Peace and blessings to you all. Every man for himself, God for us all. Okay. Be safe out there in the streets. Wear your mask. All right.